Hi everyone, this is Abhilash, your UPSC Civil Service Examination Mentor. Thank you for joining. I just realized that although I was live, while I was live, but my mic was mute. And the best part is, until unless you don't have anyone to tell that you're mute, you don't realize that you keep on talking. Anyway, now we are back. Today's session is basically I had two options. One was continue with the way we do the weekly session of doing the current affairs, what is happening, and how it is relevant to the UPSC, and then talk about the UPSC queries as submitted by you. But in the last week, I found very few queries coming in my order, and out of many few queries, there was anxiety-driven queries about prelims result and cutoff and that kind of questions. Now, honestly, I am not UPSC, neither I am any expert in talking about cutoff. If I try to be that, then it will be unfair to the preparation, which self-study preparation, which I endorse or which I wish that all of us can do it. Because the moment we talk about cutoff or something, it is something as if some insider information is aware, I am sure, like that. When I had my interaction with the ex-UPSC members in Delhi a few years back, I did ask this question on cutoff to them. And to my surprise, they actually, made it that what they told that this cutoff word cutoff and this thing has come as something from the institutes itself, coaching institute. They have created a barrier or mindset which is like a cutoff or something. Here it is an exam for job. There is a vacancy which is already given. We all know that in the notification itself it is shown that number of vacancy the exam is going to hire. So for example 1,000. So as per the UPSC rule, 14 times they are going to take uh, uh, 14 times the number of vacancy they are going to take the people. Now this 14 times will include with all the permutation and combination of reservation, category, status, everything. All the whatever UPSC provides for. So you will see that something around 13,000 number 457 or 14,256 like that kind of thing. Then the vacancy is around 1,000 happens. And in prelims, when the result is given taken, they put everybody's number from top number to the last number in descending order. And from top, that particular number is reached where the vacancy number is matched, and that's it. They are not going to take 15,000 people. They're going to take that much only. So at 14,250, if that is the closure number, whatever is the score of that particular person becomes the cutoff for various category or various however the categories are. And you can see at three categories cutoff is given. So UPSC does not decide that. Who decides it? In mass, how the exam has gone. For example, if you found the paper easy, now if you found the paper easy, everybody will find the paper easy. Automatically, maximum people have lot of correct. Then the result will have high cutoff because everybody would have done lot of basic questions correct and things like that. Similarly, when the paper becomes tough, and then everybody finds it tough. From that, the average, you'll see that lot of the cutoff will come down, or from the last time. Why? Because paper was tough. So when we see this year's paper, logically I'm talking, because it was tough, it was unpredictable. Few questions were something erratic. In fact, my own, I had given answers. I've shared to all of you. I saw that around from the 100, I solved around 84 was the match. 16 is still controversial. Many people have given submission for that. But we will go by UPSC's answer evaluation key. They have provided it this time. So with that logic, I'm saying that it was a very unpredictable, difficult paper, especially the way English was written. You know, to make it rather than simple English, they were writing it in a very tough mode and trying to be very smart. But then one of my videos you would have seen that I somehow agree with it to neutralize everybody in the same platform, that everybody feels the paper like one. Somebody who has been in the coaching, who has been taken the coaching, is from Delhi or preparing from good institute, or somebody is doing self-study or alone sitting in Andaman. They both should find the paper equally what it is for them. It should be fair to both of them. Like that, the paper was designed with that objective. Not exactly the paper easy or tough. Objective was to be fair for all. So when you become tough for all. That was the way I look at this paper. So irrespective of even if it is tough, still they will find 14,000 aspirants who are going to write the mains exam. Is it clear? So what is the conclusion out here? Conclusion is we cannot talk of we cannot expect this will be the cutoff and I should be focusing on it. You must have evaluated your scores. If you are clearing your qualifying scores of paper 2 and you see that you are around uh, 80 plus in your prelims paper 1, then I think you should prepare for mains rather than just giving it up till the time result comes. Because आज नहीं तो कल, today or tomorrow, whenever you clear the prelims at this month, exactly this period, post 5 days of prelims, you have to prepare for mains. You clear it or you don't clear it. So that's why these months are, kind of like that. Have some stipulated preparation, this thing. If you feel मैं कुछ गलत कह रहा हूँ, if you feel I'm doing something wrong, you can question me right now. Okay, there is no, we are interactive session has on today, so you can always question me. Uh, Now, what happens is it is around 4 days that the evaluation around 12 days of uh, this prelims examination and around 4 days of answer key given to us. Now, what happens is we put our brain in comparing with many keys, and we try to see many coaching institutes answers and many things. Our brain kind of is stuck to the fact रिजल्ट तो आने दो, उसके बाद देखेंगे क्या करना है. Honestly, this particular period of 10 days or 15 days or 20 days, how much the time, this becomes a key decider in your attitude and approach towards exam. If after preparing for 1 year, 2 year dedicatedly, you're still waiting for result, that means your confidence about yourself is still a question. You, irrespective of result, because we decided I already told how the cutoffs are created, how people qualify for the next round. You should start preparing for mains. What will happen? What will happen after the thing? There will be three paths. Number one path, you clear prelims. So immediately you have mains to be taken. Number two path, you did not clear prelims and you have attempt. You will feel bad. You'll feel like crying. You'll feel like you have been cheated. You will feel like so many things. But you are not out of the race. You feel like I'll come back, I'll give back again. And you see your conditions of whether it is feasible to give attempt the next time or however it is. Now, this emotion of not clearing happens twice. Once is prelims result, second is mains result. And obviously, final result is there one more. The third point is you did not clear the prelims and your attempts are exhausted. Your civil service exam, UPSC civil service examination attempts are over. Now, this is a very heavy moment for part C people. And I'm going to talk each one of them today in the session. मैं तीनों के बारे में बात करूंगा. So do not understand. मैं मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि with this session you have to be mentally very clear. Very simple सी बात है. जैसा सोचोगे वैसा होगा. If you always think that you'll fail, you'll fail, you'll fail, you'll fail. But if you visualize yourself sitting in a district magistrate collect as a district magistrate in your district, or visualize yourself that doing wearing IPS uniform, or visualize yourself, doing some national activity with particular UPSC this thing, you will realize that you're trying to tell your brain, through your dreams, through your body, that this is the goal I am trying to achieve. आपका अंदर क्यों नहीं होगा पॉजिटिविटी? Why always failure will come? Low confidence क्यों रहेगा? Even if it is the toughest paper, visualization of your result will make your mental mapping, how you take up the every day. नहीं तो there are people who feel unlucky every time. अरे हमारे साथ कहाँ होता है यार, अरे कहाँ हमको कहाँ लॉटरी लगेगा यार. Just because the attitude is such, or the thinking about your own self is that, it always stays like. But where if you feel, I'm not saying you should आज lottery लग जाए, lottery लग जाए, not like that. If you feel that good things happen, I do good, good things will happen to me. मैं तो अच्छा कर ही रहा हूँ, तो मुझे परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं. मैंने अच्छा किया, अच्छा ही होगा. जो मेरे साथ होगा, जो भी होगा अच्छा ही होगा. मैं तो अच्छा कर रहा हूँ. You have no regrets of doing anything wrong. So if you have that kind of attitude, that will actually bring in more this thing. Okay, now we have got the first question now. The question says that I think Arshad, he is following the GS Foundation plan, and about my preparation of prelims. 2027 will be his first attempt. Revise the whole syllabus, UPSC, CBSE, sir. Please help me in this. And I am eligible for 2027 attempt. Okay, see, with your birth date, you have to check with the notification, because you are born in. So 1st August is the date. Before 1st August and after 1st August is how the cutoffs are decided. So I think you are there. You are 20 on the mains examination. You are while entering the exam, you might be this thing. 20 21 years होना चाहिए ना. So I think let us wait for the notification. I'll check the 2026 notification and confirm you on the eligibility. But July born, you might have a challenge. Let me just check. Okay. But where is your aspiration that I'm able to is I'm able to read and revise the whole syllabus? Yes, sir. ये क्या लिखा है, इसका मतलब क्या है? You're asking whether 2027 prelims तक यूपीएससी का होल सिलेबस आप कर पाओगे कि नहीं कर पाओगे. That is what I think you're asking. So the email plan is for 400 days, okay, which will cover your prelims, mains, and interview. I'll talk about it when we talk about GS Foundation plan. So you count your 400 days, but that does not mean that you have to follow only the email. You have to have your own schedule, because it is not the only exam you might be giving. You might be giving other multiple exams. Okay. So what I suggest is I will complete syllabus or not syllabus. Yeah, at 400 days you will complete syllabus. So आज से 365 days if you when you started, so 40 days, so yeah, you will anyways, matlab, if you 400 days will take for entire foundation to complete. जो plan है, ठीक है. But that also is 1 to 2 hour per day. Imagine you increase your study time, so you can access at faster rate and you can complete it before. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. And what I suggest is after 1.5 months of, after 50 days of doing your dedicatedly self study, you should set up a counseling or come to the Tuesday counseling, second Tuesday sessions, and openly tell where is the challenge. And then you will decide your path, because study pace is different for each one. One cannot guarantee that a concept somebody can understand in 1 hour or 2 hours. It's nothing like that. So that's why don't bind yourself with such timeline. Bind yourself with understanding the syllabus. If you start enjoying, you can always move ahead. You can always go faster. There is no problem in it. I'll talk more about it for the GS Foundation program, how to handle it in the monthly sessions of second Tuesday. Okay. When we'll talk about how to execute for each one. So, but that is my assurance that at 400 days, you'll be able to complete all the portions, all the syllabus topics. Apart from that, there is enrichments which is required, like of current affair, which the 400 days foundation program will not actually provide, because current affair is very dynamic in nature, and there are other parts that will come. So we will talk about it in the foundation in the second Tuesday session. Moving forward, coming back to our today's session, that about so where do you belong to, which path you belong to is the challenge. Now, positively, I feel that people who have qualified, I told you before also, जिन्होंने qualification number पास कर दिया है पेपर 2 का, CSAT का, stay positive and prepare for prelims. जिन्होंने CSAT qualify नहीं किया, they know they are not going to give the prelims, even if they have good score in prelims. So it is very clear one way. And people who have uh, this was your last attempt. I'm going to have a special word for you guys. So just stay till the end. Don't feel uh, कि मैं फटफट कुछ बोल दूं या like that. We are living in a very different era today, not like 20 years back. What was it? So definitely we are going to have a different way approach of how life and career to take forward from here. So, for example, now, so this particular time, see, I get news that on 7th or on 8th, I myself feel on before next Tuesday, the prelims result should come. If not Tuesday, then the next Friday. But that should not be much surprising. That should not be much this thing, because you already have an evaluation key with you and you somehow know your performance. Okay. Who gets bothered? People who have actually prepared well. People who actually have prepared their 1 year, 2 year, they feel perturbed with the result. People who are like just यार पढ़ लिया, थोड़ी सी दे दिया, एग्जाम दे दिए हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है, होगा तो लिख लेंगे. They have very, they don't have much thought, because they are still looking on chance. और ऐसे लोगों का भी होता है. They also qualify. Suddenly they are not expecting and they have to write the mains. अब मेंस में भी तो हमको चाहिए लोग फेल होने वाले, वो फेल हो जाते हैं. तो बहुत सारा चैलेंजेस है. ऐसा नहीं है, यूपीएससी इज नॉट अ सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन इज नॉट, यू कैनॉट कैजुअल बी कैजुअल अबाउट इट. You have the bureaucratic future of the country, so you cannot be casual. But I don't want to sound gyani around here, but I want to sound here relevant. But now I'm going to talk about people who have cleared the prelims, who will clear the prelims. सिंपल सी बात है, यू माइट हैव दिस माइट बी योर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ अटेम्प्ट. अगर आप इससे पहले आपने प्रीलिम्स क्लियर किया नहीं है, तो यस डेफिनेटली इट इज अ कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ आउटकम ऑफ योर एफर्ट विच यू हैव टेकन. जरूर आप एनालाइज करो पहली बार क्यों फेल हुए थे और दूसरी बार आपने ऐसा क्या किया कि आप क्लियर कर पाए. Try to check your confidence level, your visualization level, your positive attitude level. किस टाइप के लोगों के साथ आप रहे हो, कैसी बातें आपने करी है, सब में बदलाव हुआ होगा. Otherwise, it's not the, result, like positive result doesn't come just like that. So once you have cleared the prelims, you know that you have to start with mains. Mains ka, I would suggest that you have around next 75 days for mains. August 21st, 2026 को mains का है. There are so many things, so many programs. You'll find lot of coaching institutes, lot of institute, lot of support, lot of mentors like me, who will try to help you. It is up to you. But the game is all about answer writing and answer evaluation. The more you write and get it evaluated from a person who has the knowledge of how the real evaluation happens, so that your expectation remains right, and you know the skill of understanding the demand of the question and delivering to that particular demand, तो आप जो है अपना प्रिपरेशन बहुत अच्छा कर पाओगे. So with that, I would also say that I have a program which is Elevate Means, that starts from Friday, 5th of June, and you can join that session. You have to submit answer writing, because answer writing के बिना हम उस session में क्या ही करेंगे. So you have to submit answers. There is a task of things there, and I'm sure if you want to know more, you can just visit the website or see the channel. The details are there about it. If you don't find it, you can just drop me a DM in WhatsApp. I'll share you about this program. But yes, tomorrow at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., we are going to talk about paper one of GS paper one for mains, and it's about mains preparation. इसमें मैंने ये भी कहा है कि you have to give the fees, and in case you do not clear prelims, your money will be given back. ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो. So that is no challenge. You can always take an admission and you can start. Why so? अगर भी आपको prelims ऐसा होता है कि prelims clear नहीं करते, but you are mentally prepared for writing mains, you should continue writing and preparing mains during this particular phase of time, rather than घर पे बैठ के feeling that कि मेरा prelims नहीं clear हुआ. Not like that. So we'll talk about more about that session tomorrow. You're please welcome to attend, and it is free session also tomorrow. So don't hesitate that कि क्या है कैसा है. You attend if you feel that you want to know more how. But we are going to go directly because we have only, it's a 8-9 weeks session, and we have only 10 weeks. If you see from 5th of June till 21st of this thing, and my intention is that I complete the session by 7th of August, so that you have 2 weeks in your hand to prepare at home and prepare yourself and know where you stand last, like that. So those are for the people who are prelims, clearing prelims and writing mains. उनके लिए तो ये चीज है. Uh, as I told you, this is about handwriting and writing, expression of your thoughts, demand of questions को कैसे समझने का, understanding UPSC's way of questioning you, क्या पूछ रहा है. So all those people who start doing that, decoding that अपने mentor, because suddenly from PYQ, like from the MCQ, multiple choice question to answer writing, it takes time. Especially in digital era where we very less use our hands. हमको लगता है हाँ लिख देंगे कर लेंगे हो जाएगा ना. Writing a answer in 11 minute or in 7 minute as per the marks. 10 marks का होता है तो it is 7 minute, and if it is 15 marks then 11 minute. You'll have pain in this entire place. Even if you know the answer, your brain is running fast, but your handwriting is not meeting the pace of your answer. The quality of handwriting becomes so bad that in your heart you know you have written the right answer, but the paper evaluator is so merciless. He'll just give you 1 mark out of 15 marks, like that. Why? Because he's unable to read what you have written. Without practice, writing and getting your answers evaluated on time bound practice, this thing is not achieved. And this is, I mean, there can be people talking about many things, but average student who makes into this mains exam and especially scores well, Average, I'm talking about average student, has to write at least 50 to 65 means questions answers, PYQ answers, minimum. And essays, at least 10 essays, full essays. Until unless that is not written in during this preparation time, the you will not get into the groove. Now, this is something which I say, uh, थोड़ी सी अच्छा तो लगता है. When you qualify, you are on the other side of the people. When you qualify prelims, you have definitely shown some trait. You definitely stand out from lakhs of people differently. Or it is not a small achievement. But the achievement itself is not complete in its nature because the exam has three phases. You have to complete everything like. So here, a little bit about people who are doing self-study. You have their own way of doing it, but a general मेरा ये कहना है because the paper one and paper two is very static kind of a question. So you have to see that you in week one and week two that you have GS one and two doing. Parallelly, you are doing your optionals. Paper section A, June month, section B, optional ka July month, and the last 20 days of August, करंट अफेयर मैंने ऑप्शनल का जो करंट अफेयर है मतलब ऑप्शनल का जो अप टू डेट एलिमेंट है. So this is how it happens. And ethics, people would have, to focus on ethics. They start with ethics and essay in the first season, on the first month, that is in June. So you can start. But stay consistent. अपना एक प्लान बनाओ उसी को फॉलो करो. Don't just hear every day somebody every day, don't change plan, especially self-study student. And I have told you that I do answer evaluation. You can send me. I do for only GS and in optional geography and public administration and PSIR. I do. Medical medicine also we do, and that is Dr. Alok, my another colleague who does. So for medical optional also, you can reach out to. I mean, he will be Dr. Alok will be taking care of it. So apart from that, GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. So, but the Elevate Mains program, you come and understand more better. It is more brutal, I would say. It is more dedicated. It is more immersive in the nature than just answer writing and evaluation. For people who are going to write at home, study at home from preparation, uh, please buy or either buy or use the A4 sheet paper to create the UPSC margin paper, first and foremost. Without that, do not write in any paper. If you're writing your answer sheets in any paper which is not like UPSC paper, you are doing disservice to yourself. मैं चाहता हूं the way I want you to replicate UPSC's mains paper every day when you practice. You should realize that what 150 words or 100 words, how much space will it actually take in that UPSC margins? If you can actually buy the UPSC answer sheet, because honestly, A4 is, although we put the double margin, but the UPSC uh, mains paper are little long paper than A4, little longer. And that's why they have the UPSC margin printed in a dot 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 thing and things like that. So you should be able to know where the double margin, how much space I have in that double margin, how much, because many people do not have habit of writing in plain paper. So they write, they write, but you have to practice writing. And then, India is a country of summer country. So you will be sweating out so much that which pen to use. You use ink pen to write or fountain pen to write or jet pen to write. Because of your sweat, it will go bad. So you have to think of which pen. Uh, I think Cello had one pen and Cello Butterflow is one of the best pens. I feel while writing the mains exam. Up to you if you have your own pen, but I found that pen as very, very convenient writing it. So use that pen from today. जिसमें मेंस लिखना है उसी से प्रैक्टिस करना है. Your hand posture, this thumb, all this thing will start paining. That is the hard work. It is this is the hard work. And then every because when you see the trend of the paper, May, June, July events will be mostly asked as current affair, or we will consider from March in the mains paper. That has been the trend, but we do not know UPSC can always be static or dynamic around it. That we will talk when the time comes. So सिंपल सी बात है. व्हेन यू राइट योर क्वेश्चन, पहले तो लगता खुद को कि मैं सब अच्छा कर रहा हूँ ना, बहुत बढ़िया करा, मैंने प्रीलिम्स क्लियर किए हैं. आई हैव क्लियर प्रीलिम्स, आई एम राइटिंग मेंस फॉर 12 टाइम्स 3 टाइम्स. So many little bit of expert like why do you talk to people about UPSC? You feel like giving some gyan and feeling like, अरे मैंने इतना clear किया. It happens. It is very natural. But people who control that emotion until unless the results are not out finally are the ones who actually make it to the last. The moment during the preparation, if you try to become a expert of UPSC with just knowing a little bit of clearing prelims once or twice or writing mains or going for interview 1 2 times, you will always the position of a teacher is very different than a position of an aspirant. Let me be very frank over here. The moment you fiddle with that, what happens is you are when you are a mentor or a teacher, you are meeting with the expectation and aspiration of an aspirant. But when you yourself is an aspirant also and then trying to be mentor, you will find it very very disagreeing to many people's queries. अरे ये क्या पागल पूछ रहा है, ऐसा कुछ पूछता थोड़ी है please. This is what happens. But many people actually practice. I see that my own this thing that immediately after third attempt they become UPSC mains guru and things like that. Question is not that. I do not deny. You have the hard work has to happen. Most of the time I have seen even after fifth mains attempt, when they submit the answer to me for evaluation, I find it how is it possible that they're not understanding क्या लिख रहे हैं? Why should I give mark for this? Just because you have written. Just because you are some IITN or some from IIM or somewhere. No, nobody knows who you are when the answer is written. Whatever is written on basis of that, not even gender, not even anything, neither your roll number or which place you belong to, nothing, nothing comes. What is written in that handwriting is what matters. Many a times people try to become copy pasters, koi proper notes, writing the frameworks and all that thing. Are you started well, but you have not continued well. That means what you have copy pasted. You have not used your brain. What a topper does, they create first few lines, introductory lines, because of the first impression. You need to catch the first impression. The moment the first impression is caught, they write with the flow, and then they have a conclusion. Why you are writing the answer? That is where the and this does not come. मैं बोल रहा हूँ easy लग रहा है, but it is about writing. The day you submit your answer to me, and when I give you a feedback, then you will feel how it is actually, how it is looking for an evaluator. If you have done good, you have done good. No point in it. But I usually see, even if fifth attempter or people who are writing mains for 3 4 times, they flutter during this. Firstly, in weak introduction, then trying to whatever comes in mind in that particular knowledge, they push it, bombard the question answer with that. There is no flow in it, and lot of tips and immature tips from toppers and this. अरे उनके लिए काम कर गया, तुम्हारे लिए थोड़ी काम करेगा. That makes them unique. It is not a general statement. Somebody said कि मैंने tabulate करके लिख दिया. Now everybody is trying to tabulate. अरे why? What are you tabulating? If you are tabulating, then you are telling the evaluator to please match the word and find the answer yourself. But the topper tabulated the last question. That means he was hurrying to complete the paper. So the evaluator thinks, see, this is a nice person. He's attempted all the 20 questions. That is why he got marked. Not because he tabulated the 20th question. But because now the topper, he would have themselves does not know why evaluator gave such marks to them. They say, I did something differently, I tabulated it. That's why it got differently. No. Somebody who completes the entire 20 to 20 questions in a paper is always way ahead than the person who completes 70% or 80% of the paper. And maximum time, many people clear or do not clear mains just because they are not able to complete the paper. इतना पढ़ा लिखा होने के बाद भी कंप्लीट नहीं होता पेपर. यूपीएससी यही गेम खेल लेता है. तो आप गाली दो कुछ भी करो यूपीएससी को, वो तो यही करेगा. दे विल मेक यू राइट 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 राइट, यू हैव सो मेनी थिंग्स टू राइट, टाइम ही नहीं है. ऐसा होता है. Anyway, so those all things are what we perform in our practice in our this two duration. So what is required for this mentorship? Your evaluation from a right source जो आंसर evaluation प्रॉपर तरीके से करे यूपीएससी लेवल पे. When the feedback is given to you, it is your feedback, not a generalistic feedback. मैं अगर if I find a flaw in your answer, then I say this is the reason why you flawed. This is why you must have thought in this way. If the evaluator is not able to understand your why you wrote that answer, then you will never realize what clicked. लिखा क्यों तूने वो आंसर? Why you did it? What is the change you should do and why you should do? Because everybody is wired to think one way. मैंने बोला था स्टार्टिंग में, if somebody thinks sadistic, always think sadistic. नहीं होगा रे, बहुत मुश्किल है यार. But if somebody thinks, let's try, देखते हैं क्या होता है, we'll give it our best, then उनका हो जाता है, because the attitude is open. Third is we have only previous year questions as mirror of UPSC and we don't have. मैं कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स के मेंस पेपर को वैल्यू नहीं करता. Because everybody tries to write some amazing English. Doesn't matter. What matters is how UPSC has written its mains question paper in what kind of English. And I'm talking of English medium. That's why I'm talking of English. जिन्होंने हिंदी मीडियम में देना है वो हिंदी मीडियम में किस तरह के सेंटेंस को उन्होंने, किस तरह के क्वेश्चन को उन्होंने फ्रेम किया है, किन शब्दों का इस्तेमाल किया है. दैट इज व्हाट मैटर्स. यूपीएससी ऑलवेज फॉलोज दैट स्टैंडर्ड. एंड देन नेक्स्ट कम्स हिज प्रोग्रेस. और ये तो आपको पता है कि इट इज लाइक स्टेमिना. धीरे धीरे आता है. अचानक तो एक दिन में नहीं आएगा. हमको धीरे धीरे हर हफ्ते करना है. बहुत बोर फील होगा. कई कई बार तो बहुत डिप्रेसिव फील होगा. सो कई कई बार ना अपने आप को उठा के करना ये चीज. आज के 5 सवाल के आंसर करना इज वेरी टफ. लगता है ना सर माइंड में कर लूंगा, आई डू इट फ्रॉम माइंड. बट फिर बाद में ना ये वक्त चला जाता है. फिर मेंस का स्कोर तगड़ा नहीं होता तो इंटरव्यू रह जाता है. तो फिर ये जो माइंड में कर लूंगा, मैं फ्रेमवर्क लिख लूंगा, उसका कोई जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं. कमिंग टू द सेक्शन ऑफ टू, सेकंड सेक्शन ऑफ कैटेगरी ऑफ पीपल. Before I go to the next session of category of people, do you have any questions? Anybody has any question? You can put it on the chat, or you can, what do you say, put it in the YouTube comment as well. I'll try to check the YouTube comment now. But in the Zoom chat, if you have any questions, अगर if मेरी बात समझ में आ भी रही है कि नहीं आ रही है, मुझे इतना भी नहीं पता. तो अगर आ रही है मेरी बातें समझ में, तो प्लीज लेट मी नो. As such, I think there is no question in the YouTube chat. So moving forward, for people who did not clear और विल अभी देख लिया उन्होंने इवैल्यूएशन करके, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू क्लियर द attempts. But they're not in this 2026 attempt, but they have attempts with. So basically, it is a setback. तो तो यार बहुत दुख होता है अगर आपने प्रिपेयर किया है 4 महीने, 5 महीने, 6 महीने, बहुत सारा सेक्रीफाइस देके, बहुत सारा, it actually hurts, really hurts. Sometimes we don't understand. I prepared so well, I did environment so well, I did medieval history so well, still I could not clear it. Why the questions did not come from this place? Every year this happens. Why? It sounds really unfair, बट क्या करें? रियलिटी मैंने आपको बोला, हाउ दे आर अनइमोशनल अबाउट इट। उनको ऊपर से निकालने 14,000 बच्चे, वो निकाल लेते हैं, खत्म। द पर्सन हु डज नॉट क्लियर, इमेजिन द 14 to 57th गाय, इसका जो नेक्स्ट नंबर से जस्ट रह गया, उस वो और अदर 5 लाख जिन्होंने दिया है, दे आर ऑल सेम, दे हैव नॉट क्लियर। तो उसकी मेहनत और जो 5 लाख का, सब सब इक्वल लगता है। मेरा ओके, नाउ I have seen this, that you must have seen this. Many toppers, many toppers say that they did not qualify the first time, or they could not get. Many times they have failed it or made it in the last attempt. ऐसा होता क्यों है? Why does that happen? Basically, the failure, every time you failed, it actually helps you to know what not to do. What have you done wrong? What have you done excess? Which is not in demand. ऐसा नहीं है they were not, that was not asking for it, but that was not relevant. अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप फोकस करो इन सम टॉपिक और चैप्टर विच यूपीएससी doesn't never is around that, it's not going to ask, but just you like it, that does not mean we're reading about it or having a championship about it, as a best reader or a best knowledgeable person in that particular uh, genre will help you to clear the prelims. नहीं, प्रीलिम्स में 7 सब्जेक्ट है भैया। हिस्ट्री है, हिस्ट्री के एंशियंट, मेडिवल, मॉडर्न है, फिर इंडियन नेशनल मूवमेंट है, फिर उसके बाद आता है ज्योग्राफी है, ज्योग्राफी में वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी है, रीजनल ज्योग्राफी है, इंडियन ज्योग्राफी है, इकोनॉमिक ज्योग्राफी है, पॉपुलेशन ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी है। तो उसके बाद आता है इकोनॉमिक ज्योग्राफी है, इकोनॉमिक्स आता है, इकोनॉमिक्स में तो कोर इकोनॉमिक्स, प्लस उसके बाद ये इंडियन इकोनॉमिक्स आता है, इंडिया एज एन इकोनॉमी पार्ट ऑफ इट। थर्ड आता है, फिर उसके बाद आता है पॉलिटी, आता है पॉलिटी के बाद कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, फिर गवर्नेंस है, उसमें कई सारे स्कीम और ये सारे मिनिस्ट्री के बारे में वगैरह जानना वगैरह होता है, जो इकोनॉमी के साथ भी थोड़ी सी मिलता है। नेक्स्ट कम्स ये और साइंस एंड टेक, और आजकल तो बहुत बढ़िया, वी आर इन टेक्नोलॉजी वर्ल्ड, तो आता ही रहता है। तो कई चीज आपको पसंद है, कई चीज नहीं पसंद है, बट हमको तो क्लियर करने के लिए हमको ऑलमोस्ट सबके बारे में कुछ ना कुछ जानना जरूरी है। वो क्या कुछ ना कुछ है विच विल हेल्प यू क्लियर द प्रीलिम्स, इज व्हाट योर प्रिपरेशन शुड बी डिजाइंड, शार्पनिंग ऑफ द एजेस वहां का। लोग क्लेम करेंगे, देयर विल बी कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट, देयर विल बी टीचर्स, इन्फ्लुएंसर, मेरे मैटर से सब कुछ आ गया, मैंने जो बोला वही आ गया पेपर, एंड आई प्रेडिक्टेड पेपर। बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, बिकॉज आवर हार्ट ट्राइज टू फाइंड ए शॉर्टकट, आवर हार्ट ट्राई, माइंड थिंक्स कि कहीं से शॉर्टकट मिल जाए मुझे बस। So what happens if somebody is claiming that my see my study material from there, everything came for the prelims. So you do our study material, join our course. You are going to clear next year because 70 to 80% will come from my material. Automatically your brain will signal, चलो भैया इसी को करते हैं, इसी से हो जाएगा हमारा. But then imagine in the same coaching institute or same institute who claimed that their syllabus had so much of matching, their why not entire batch clears the paper? Entire batch should clear. All those who have taken the admission on that particular year note, all of them should clear. No? They don't clear. Why 10% or 11% people match? So my understanding is कि भाई those are all marketing pitches सब करेंगे, पर हमको तो सेल्फ स्टडी करना है फाइनली. वी हैव टू स्टडी एट आवर होम. जब तक मेरे दिमाग में नहीं समझ में आता, किसी का भी मटेरियल कुछ भी हो, वट एवर बी द मटेरियल, टॉप क्लास हार्वर्ड मेड मटेरियल, बेस्ट इकोनॉमिक्स इन द वर्ल्ड, अरे हमको नहीं समझ रहा है, आई एम अनेबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, you go to somebody who can make you understand. That is what is the solution. When initially when I had started, people used to question me that इतना सारा कोचिंग है क्या है, why are you also doing this? I said, remember that you know, every restaurant in India, there will be 25, 30 Chinese restaurant in one lane. But not every restaurant is, you don't like every restaurant's food. You go to the your favorite restaurant because of that particular taste or that particular, feeling which that gets. So there might be 25 other Chinese restaurants, but you go to that one particular Chinese or food to eat. Similarly with mentor. Not necessarily each every coaching or whatever that is they're telling you are able to understand. No. There might be somebody who may not be very good at some particular thing, but he is or she is able to make you understand your queries or challenges. Then it is good for you. जो आप वहां से सीख, doesn't mind. But self study is the only critical thing. जो आपको मदद करने वाला वहां पे खुद ही हो, आप ही हो. When you write in the exam, if you are not prepared with your own willingness, आपको अगर धक्का मार के सिखाया गया पढ़ो पढ़ो, तो नहीं हो पाएगा, फटाक से सब भूल जाओगे. पर अगर आपने एंजॉय करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, देन यू विल स्टार्ट फीलिंग दैट. सो जब आप नेक्स्ट फेल हो जाते हो, एंड यू फेल, फर्स्ट सेलिब्रेट इट. Celebrate the failure. How you celebrate the failure? You find all the element. Those were reason enough for your failure. मैंने ये पढ़ा, ये ऐसा हुआ, मैंने ये किया, ये ऐसा हुआ, एग्जाम के दिन मुझे ऐसा हो गया, मुझे याद नहीं, मुझे भूख लगी थी, मैं खाना खा के नहीं गया, मेरे को ब्लैकआउट हुआ, मेरे को ऐसा हुआ, पेपर में ऐसा चीज आया तो मैं नहीं कर पाया, इतना सारा इंग्लिश देख के मैं डर गया, मैथमेटिक्स मुझसे हुआ नहीं, वो एक क्वेश्चन के पीछे मैं पढ़ा रह गया. Find all the mistakes which led you to that failure and promise yourself that next time these mistakes will not allow you to fail. नया मिस्टेक करके फेल करूंगा, फेल होऊंगा अगर फेल हुआ, लेकिन ये मिस्टेक में फेल नहीं करूंगा. So the day you take your challenge like that, आप you will start walking, फेल होता है तो आदमी नीचे गिरता है, फिर उठना पड़ता है. उठना का तरीका क्या है? यही तरीका. So you see what were the reason? Knowledge gap, revision gap, test strategy gap, CSAT gap, current affair gap. अगर आपको लगता है you need a counseling session, join, ask. My counseling sessions are also open, although I charge for it. We will go one on one. We will understand कहाँ challenge रहेगा. Many times our it is we are so mechanical. हमको लगता है 2 घंटे में पढ़ लूंगा, 3 घंटा पर डे पढ़ लूंगा. Is it possible? To be very frank, I always ask, and when you come to my other sessions, you'll ask and see, how can you be so robotic here? 2 घंटे हो गए, मेरी पढ़ाई खत्म हो गई. वो 2 घंटा 1 मिनट. Can you be like that? No. when you are learning something and you are enjoying the learning process, you forget the time. When you're watching a movie, when you're watching a series and you're enjoying the series, you just forget the time. Learning is equally. If you have immersed yourself in learning about something, आपको टाइम का नहीं रहेगा यार. आपको आपको लगेगा कि मैं और कैसे जानूं. द डे यू कम टू दैट फेज देन योर प्रिपरेशन स्टार्टेड. जब तक आप वैसा नहीं कर पाए, वहां तक नहीं पहुंच पाए, देन आप अभी तक पहुंचे नहीं हो प्रिपरेशन के स्टेज पे. अभी तक आप सिर्फ सुन रहे हो, नींद आ रही है, नोट लिख रहे हो, आगे बाद में पढ़ूंगी, बाद में पढ़ूंगा, डाउनलोड करके रख देता हूँ फोल्डर बना के, यही कर. पढ़ाई तो तभी होगी द डे यू गेट इंटरेस्टेड अबाउट इट. मुझे और जानना है. फैंटास्टिक. ऐसे चला है. दिस हाउ इंडिया वाज बोर्न. अच्छा. ओके. वो मुझे तो ये पता ही नहीं था. मेरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऐसा है, मेरा स्टेट ऐसा बना. ये हिस्ट्री है, ये कल्चर है. वो इसी वजह से यहाँ ऐसा होता है. आई वंडर वाई पीपल हैव डिफरेंट. हाउ कम ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन डिड नॉट टच दिस प्लेसेस. कई सारे क्वेश्चन के आंसर मिलेंगे. आप ऑब्जर्वेशनल स्किल बढ़ेगा. दैट इज वेयर द you when you start rebuilding, and then yeah, these are certain way of knowing कि मैंने कहाँ गलत किया. Diagnosis of your answers, your revision system, whether you had a system or not. अगर आप, I don't know when you have started following me, but every month that some I हर महीना हर चीज का डिजाइन है. यूपीएससी का एक ब्यूटीफुल पार्ट है that they have this pattern, cyclic pattern. हर साल एग्जाम होता है. बेस्ट. इस महीने नोटिफिकेशन आता है, इस महीने प्रीलिम्स होता है, इस महीने मेंस होता है, इस महीने इंटरव्यू का रिजल्ट आएगा, फिर इंटरव्यू होता है और फिर फाइनल रिजल्ट. ये जो साइकिल है, पैटर्न चले जा रहा है कब से. एंड यूपीएससी ऑलवेज अनाउंसेस दैट कैलेंडर. अभी 2027 का कैलेंडर बता दिया उन्होंने. व्हेन इज द नेक्स्ट एग्जाम? 23 मई 2027. व्हेन इज द नेक्स्ट मेंस? 20 अगस्त 2027. आज से बता दिया है. मतलब क्या? मतलब यू ऑलरेडी नो द सीक्वेंस ऑफ एवरीथिंग, and you can design yourself or maintain your preparation like that. तो एक सिस्टमैटिक तरीके से क्रिएटेड होता है. एंड द ऑल द फाउंडेशन प्लान और वट एवर आई एम डूइंग, आई टीच स्पेशली, हैज अ सिस्टम टू इट. एंड दैट इज वेयर योर कंटिन्यूटी, योर परफॉर्मेंस काइंड ऑफ मेजर तो करना पड़ेगा ना किसी तरीके से. दैट इज हाउ इट इज. सो दिस इज फॉर पीपल. अगर सोचो आप अपने आप से कर रहे हो, हाउ यू स्टार्ट. ये 2 महीना, ये 3 महीना, try to figure out what went wrong and correct it. I always say join the foundation program, start from NCRT. Do not shy away. आपको अभी उतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा. पहली बार एनसीईआरटी करने में it might take you 2 months. Next time it will only take you 20 days. Then the next time it will take you only 2 days. Then the next time it will only take you 2 hours. That's how it happens when you have read something properly, thoroughly. And you'll see how much thoroughly you read. NCRT has such content that UPSC finds it to use it some or other way. कभी फोटो से, कभी इमेज से, कहीं से भी क्वेश्चन बना रहा है. इस बार भी बनाया. एनीवे, मैं आई वुड नॉट गो फ्रॉम दैट काइंड ऑफ अप्रोच. हमें तो पढ़ने से मतलब है, नॉलेज गेन करने से मतलब है. देन आपका एरिया का था आंसर. मैंने मॉक में मतलब writing in the exam mode was issue, or handling questions of different subject was an issue at the same time. पढ़ाई तो हम एक एक सब्जेक्ट का करते हैं, प्रिपेयर तो हम एक एक थीम का करते हैं. बट व्हेन एवरीथिंग कम्स टुगेदर, सो यू फिगर इट आउट ऑन दैट वे. तो आप अपना जो है एंटायर प्लानिंग आप करोगे नेक्स्ट प्लेन मेन, मैंने नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट तक के लिए. नॉट जस्ट प्रीलिम्स बट एंटायर मेंस. आप पूरा पूरा प्रिपरेशन होना चाहिए. सो दैट प्रीलिम्स तो क्लियर होगा बट मेंस एग्जाम ही क्लियर करना है. This 1 year is not just for prelims, but for entire UPSC structure. तो अब ये तो ज्ञान है, इसमें मैं क्या ही बोलूँ, इसको मैं ज़्यादा बोलूँगा नहीं. इफ़ यू, डिपेंड्स द वट एवर द रिजल्ट हैपन्स. बट यूजुअली मेरा ये कहना है कि बिकॉज सितंबर में मेंस का एग्जाम खत्म हो जाता है, अगस्त सितंबर में, सो दैट योर फाउंडेशन एंड योर अदर स्टैंडर्ड बुक जो आपने स्टार्ट किया, जिसका प्रीलिम्स क्लियर नहीं हुआ है, वो कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि उन्होंने पहली बार एक दो बार पढ़ चुके हैं, सो वो अभी उसको और थॉरो कर सकते. So, my GS Foundation, you are, हाउ डू यू स्टार्ट, ऑल द क्वेश्चंस एवरीबॉडी आस्क, कहाँ से शुरू करें, हाउ टू बिगिन, हाउ टू स्टार्ट. You have to just start from GS Foundation plan, which comes on daily email. It will ensure that in 35 days, you are into the groove of UPSC preparation. उसके बाद you do a counseling session with me, and then as per your timeline, as per other exams you are giving, आप कौन से year of exam पढ़ाई कर रहे हो कि खाली प्रिपेयर कर, उसके हिसाब से, और वर्किंग हो जो भी है, then we design your plan of study and then you can follow your this thing, where the foundation program keeps on sending you mail daily with study material which is as per the UPSC. It also, there is a, I mean, when you have your own plan you can utilize much better कि मुझे और क्या क्या करना है as per your pace of study. So with this, I close on people who have this thing. Now I move on to the last set of people. Okay. Now uh, uh, this is going to be a very emotional journey or emotional thought, unbearable. And I've seen, I don't know whether to get attention or followership or whatever. I've seen a lot of Instagram girls crying, saying that हमने 6 साल बर्बाद कर दिए यूपीएससी की तरफ, पूरा बर्बादी है, कुछ नहीं मिला, मैंने रीस्टार्ट किया, 18,000 की नौकरी के साथ, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, वैसा वैसा हुआ, बहुत सारा. सो फॉर दिस पीपल हु हैव गिवन दिस अटेम्प्ट और प्रीलिम्स का रिजल्ट नहीं निकला, इट वाज देयर लास्ट अटेम्प्ट, और वो यूपीएससी का सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम नहीं दे रहे, बट मे बी देयर अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर स्टेट सिविल सर्विसेज आर ओपन, so they can still become IAS and IPS, बट 20 साल लग जाएंगे उसके लिए, बट स्टेट सिविल सर्विसेज के एग्जाम के साथ दे आर ओपन फॉर मच अदर प्लेस. बट क्या, अभी लेट अस फर्स्ट थिंक व्हाट हैपेंस द मोमेंट दिस हैपेंस. आज का दिन अगर सोचो, वो दिन है आपका, ये हो गया, आपका खत्म हो गया जर्नी. पहला तो ब्लैकआउट होता है 3-4 मिनट के लिए कि मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में क्या कर दिया. 8 साल, 8 साल लगता है, 6 साल का तो अटेम्प्ट होता है, 2 साल पहले का प्रिपरेशन टाइम, वो कौन सी घड़ी थी जब मैंने प्रिपेयर करना स्टार्ट किया. अगर आप गलती से मेंस वेज या इंटरव्यू दे के आए हो और फिर अटेम्प्ट खत्म हुआ है, तो ऐसा अननेचुरली फील हो, यार नहीं मैंने कर लिया था, आई वॉज वन ऑफ द टॉप 3,000 स्टूडेंट, फिर भी मेरा कुछ नहीं हुआ या नहीं हुआ. जिन लोगों का मेंस या इंटरव्यू हो रखा है, उनका प्रतिभा सेतु बंद में बहुत सारे यूपीएससी बहुत तरीके से कोशिश करता है आपको रिसेट करने के लिए इन अ वेरी सिमिलर सेक्टर. आप प्लीज उसको यूटिलाइज करके फॉलो करें, आप उसका फायदा उठाएं, वो आप ही के लिए है. बट दुख होता है, दर्द होता है, अगर आपने दुनिया भर को बताया नहीं होता है कि मैं प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ, और आई आर कट ऑफ फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड, कमिंग बैक एंड कनेक्टिंग टू पीपल सेइंग दैट कि मैं फेल हो गया यूपीएससी में या मैंने ट्राई किया, उसका एक अप्रीहेंशन होता है. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा आजकल के भाई जेन जी है, भाई मैं तो बुढ़ा आदमी हूँ, वो तो बोलेंगे, हम तो बोल देंगे मुंह पे, उसमें क्या हमने प्रिपेयर किया, उसमें क्या है. वो तो अभी इंस्टाग्राम में भी फॉलो फोटो बनाते रहते हैं कि मैं जैसे 15 घंटा पढ़ रहा हूँ, कैमरा लगा के पढ़ते हैं वो तो. मुझे नहीं पता वो कितना क्लियर करते हैं, कितना क्या करते हैं, या कंटेंट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. बट अगर ऐसा करें तो मुझे एग्जाम पे फोकस कर रहे हैं, बट हो भी सकता है वो कर रहे हो, तो मैं, बट आई विल टेक दैट बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट. बट somebody who is like, मैं अगर बोलूंगा विद सिमिलर माइंडसेट, जिन्होंने ज्यादा दुनिया को बताया नहीं होता है, एंड दे केप्ट टू देमसेल्फ एंड दे फेल्ड, नाउ टू स्टार्ट आफ्टर 8 years, अराउंड 27, 28 to 30, 40 की एज में, 32, 33 की एज में, इज वेरी 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 चैलेंज. बहुत गुस्सा आता है, बहुत 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 चीजों पे गुस्सा आता है. पहले पे अपने डिसीजन पे, दूसरा रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम पे, तीसरा पॉलिटिक्स पे, तीसरा, चौथा करप्शन पे, सो मेनी थिंग्स, सो मेनी थिंग्स. बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये आता रहेगा, ये लाइक ए वेव है, वेव जैसे समंदर में आता है, बस आता रहेगा, आता रहेगा जिंदगी भर, हर हर किसी चीज से आता रहेगा. स्पेशली स्पेशली जिन्होंने यूपीएससी की पढ़ाई की है, वो सरकार और सरकारी सिस्टम के अंदर उसका एकेडमिक या उसका जो नॉलेज टच करके गए, वो वो उनको बहुत बांटता है कि यार, यार ये ऐसा होना चाहिए था, मैंने पढ़ा है इसके बारे में, फिर भी देखो ऐसे हो रहा है। एक फेयरनेस, एक अनफेयरनेस। नो, कई लोग आप देखोगे कि बड़ा डेप्थ में नहीं पढ़ाई करते, बहुत शैलो में ओपिनियन बना देते हैं। whereas आपने यूपीएससी की तैयारी की है तो यू हैव नॉलेज अबाउट थिंग्स। Even if you have not gone to Saudi Arabia, you have not gone to America or say Russia or Australia, if you are a geography student or a GS student, you can just talk about the entire world. वर्ल्ड मैप के किसी भी कोने को टच करो और यू कैन टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन दैट कंट्री, हु इज द प्रेसिडेंट, व्हाट इज द हिस्ट्री ऑफ दैट कंट्री, व्हाट इज हु रूल्ड वेयर, व्हाट हैपेंस, व्हाट इज द करंट सिनेरियो, व्हाट इज द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ दैट कंट्री विद इंडिया, व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू अस, व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर होल्ड फॉर इट। कोई और बोल सकते हैं? नहीं बोल सकते। बट किसी नहीं हुआ। हमारे पास नॉलेज बहुत सारा है। तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि देखो, आप ये मत सोचो कि आप आपने आपने अपने आप को बहुत सारी चीजें हो गई इस 8 साल में, आपने अपने आप को जाना। Your experience of knowing knowledge and acquiring or knowing this country, understanding India, understanding the concept of India, Bharat is way better than any other student, any other person who is starting the journey or has never understood, has never prepared for UPSC. You stand out. Then, uh, you know, as a very, my mother used to say is that, the empty vessel, अगर खाली वेसल होगा ना, वो बहुत आवाज करेगा। और अगर उस वेसल में पानी भरा होगा या भरा होगा, वो आवाज बहुत कम करेगा, कम आवाज करेगा। बिकॉज इट इज हैविंग दी, इट इज नॉट एम्प्टी। सो टुडे आफ्टर यूपीएससी योर ब्रेन इज नॉट एम्प्टी, इट इज फिल्ड विथ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट क्वालिटेटिव थिंग। आपके अंदर डेप्थ आएगी, गहराई आएगी, सोच आएगी। यू विल हैव ए रियल, एडवांस थिंकर काइंड ऑफ अप्रोच टू द लाइफ। Now, how do we use these skills in what area is what comes into our next thing. यहाँ पे आपको थोड़ी सी, सी आई एम टेलिंग यू, जब आप यूपीएससी का जर्नी का डिसीजन लिए थे ना, यू स्टूड आउट फ्रॉम ऑल द अदर क्राउड। जब आप 18-19 साल में जब भी दिए होगे कॉलेज में कि मुझे बनना है, कि 10th क्लास के रिजल्ट में, कि 12th क्लास के रिजल्ट में, कि हम आईएएस की तैयारी करेंगे, तो यू स्टूड आउट, यू टुक अ चैलेंज टू योरसेल्फ दैट आई डू इट। वो जिस एप्टीट्यूड से आपने लिया था उसके अंदर आपको जगाओ। यू गॉट टू गो थिंक लाइक दैट वे एंड यू गॉट टू बी अ सेल्फ स्टार्टर। बिकॉज कोई आपका वेट नहीं कर रहा है। आप 32-33 ईयर्स का हो गया है, प्रिपेयर किया आपने, ठीक है। नोबडी इज वेटिंग फॉर यू, यू गॉट टू क्रिएट योर ओन सिस्टम। आई वुड सजेस्ट immediately, if you have age, if you are following, if you are coming to UPSC thinking as a government job, then you should follow the state PSC systems. You should apply for SSCs, EPFO, RBI exam. You see all these exams. Your same preparation of UPSC is a substantial preparation to that particular thing. Many of my students are currently in state civil services and they are also preparing, because that was the first goal भाई, you got to stand financially। तो उन्होंने पहले उस पर ध्यान दिया कि कहाँ पे, कैसे कंपटीशन लेवल पे मैं काम कर पाऊंगा, क्या चीज। सेकंड है, अगर आप इफ यू हैव व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर्ड, आपने नीति आयोग के बारे में पढ़ा होगा, मल्टीपल थिंक टैंक एजेंसीज के बारे में पढ़ा होगा, अप्रोच देम। प्राइवेट सेक्टर में है, आप देखो, यू अप्रोच देम, कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी, थिंक टैंक्स, यू कैन अप्रोच देम। रिसर्च की बात में, सीएसआर, डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हम नेशन बिल्डिंग की बात करते हैं व्हेन वी वांट टू बिकम ए यूपीएससी ब्यूरोक्रेट। CSR division is one of the key divisions where people like with the UPSC knowledge can contribute a lot as a career. You see what certification extra is needed for doing that, do that and enter into that, try to get a job around that. Consulting in government affairs and especially government programs in the government sector or public sector, पूरे बड़े बड़े कंसल्टिंग टीम्स हैं, KPMG, PwC, they are going to take you. You got to reach out to them through LinkedIn, through the various other sources. You try your best अपने कॉलेज के एलुमनाई के तरीके से, कहीं ना कहीं से फिगर आउट हाउ डू यू रिप्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ इन दैट फ्रंट। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, पीपल हु लव पढ़ाना, जिनको पसंद है, जिनको, दे कैन बिकम अ कोच, एजुकेशन कंसल्टेंट, एडटेक ओपन अप देयर टेक प्रॉपर्टीशिप, entrepreneurship स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, become content creator in knowledge in YouTube, journalism, podcasting. They can do that. And you can actually make a mark for yourself. टाइम लगेगा। यूपीएससी का जो प्लेटफॉर्म था वो सरकार के द्वारा दिया गया प्लेटफॉर्म था। दूसरा प्लेटफॉर्म आपके प्राइवेट सेक्टर के प्लेटफॉर्म में आप जाओ। तीसरा है आप अपना खुद का बनो, ऑन्टरप्रनरशिप। चौथा है भैया सब बंद करो, लोन लो, कुछ करो, बाहर पढ़ने के लिए जाओ, बाहर नौकरी ढूंढो और भूल जाओ ये सब चीज। बट मायूस नहीं होना है। जो आपका डिसीजन है, you are very rare few people of this country or this world who took an action for their decision which they took at the age of 14, 15, 16 years। आईएएस बनने का सपना 18, 17, 18 साल की उम्र में होता है। उसके लिए एक्शन लेना, माँ बाप का सपोर्ट लेना, ये बहुत रेयर है। तो आपने वो किया है अब तक फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द लाइफ, 20, 25 साल की उम्र तक। कई लोग कई जजमेंट बोलेंगे, अरे क्या जवानी बर्बाद कर दी, ऐसा करना चाहिए था, वैसा करना चाहिए था, ये करना। भाई सबका सही है इस दुनिया में, देयर इज नो वन पर्टिकुलर वे टू लिव लाइफ। यू चोज टू टेक एन एक्शन अबाउट इट, बी प्राउड अबाउट इट। बाकी रिजल्ट का तो हम कह नहीं सकते, आउटकम कर्मण्यवादी का रास्ता, आउटकम को भूल जाओ, कर्म करते रहो, वाली बात। तो ये सब कुछ एरियाज ऑफ थॉट है जो मैंने लिख रखा है, where you can restart your journey. And if you want to have a one-on-one with me, and as a career coach, I'll try to help you how I can fit you in any of the corporates, in any of the thing. You can always reach out to me. But मायूस नहीं होना है। I salute your knowledge and don't think कि कहीं कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में अगर कुछ मिल जाएगा ये वो। There will be always urgency financially, to be very frank. Always it will be there because इंडिया है, हम लोग कोई पढ़े इससे नहीं आते। एंड मैक्सिमम मिडिल क्लास के बच्चे ही, पुअर एंड मिडिल क्लास बच्चे प्रिपेयर फॉर सच एग्जाम्स, गिविंग ए लॉट ऑफ हार्डशिप। बट थोड़ी सी ही पेशेंस रखना पड़ता है इन दिस एरियाज। हाउ टू स्टार्ट, वेयर टू स्टार्ट, क्या कुछ और पढ़ना है कि क्या करना है। बट प्रतिभा सेतु इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो। जिन्होंने मेंस क्लियर कर लिया होता है एक बार, दे आर एलिजिबल फॉर दैट। टुडे यू कैन एक्चुअली यूज एआई to help you reinvent your career. And if you wish to, I will also have a particular uh, session around it. If not a video, but a session around it. How we can help you, especially in the making your LinkedIn, making your CVs, applying for jobs, finding a relevant job, all that thing using AI. And let's actually go with the flow of what country and the world is going through। मायूस होने की क्या जरूरत है? अगर एक सेक्टर हुआ नहीं है, देखिए जो तारा है, जो हीरा है, वो कहीं भी चमकेगा। डजेंट मैटर आईएएस नहीं बन पाएगा, यूपीएससी में होगा, कोई बात नहीं। बट आप जिस रास्ते चले थे, दैट वाज अबाउट बिल्डिंग द नेशन, कंट्रीब्यूटिंग फॉर द पीपल, एंड दैट मोटो शुड रिमेन, एंड सी दैट यू डू इज द लार्जर प्लेटफॉर्म। आप बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म में करें, अपने आप को उतना बड़ा बनाए, फोकस करें। मेहनत तो कर ही रहे थे, तो मेहनत से तो आपको डर नहीं लगता, ये तो हम समझते हैं। दैट बट मायूस तो थोड़ी सी है कि इफ यू गो डाउन फीलिंग बैड, तो आपके साथ साथ बहुत सारे पीपल हु हैव क्रिएटेड योर इकोसिस्टम विल आल्सो फील बैड अबाउट इट, बिकॉज योर डिसीजन वाज टू प्रिपेयर, बट द सपोर्ट सिस्टम पुश्ड यू। आपके मम्मी पापा ने आपके लिए उतना सेक्रीफाइस किया, आपके बहन भाई, कितने सारे शादियों में आप नहीं गए होंगे, कितने सारे, कई सारी चीजें आपने मिस आउट की होंगी लाइफ में। ऑल दो सेक्रीफाइसेस you will go in vain if you don't push yourself to actually make something in this career. So there is this 90 days transition, and where I feel that once, if you have not moved out, एक थोड़ी सी ब्रेक लेने के बाद, you can figure out how to start, give yourself a timeline, a target, and definitely move on. Anyway, मेरा ये मानना है कि एक पीडीएफ पेपर जो है, यूपीएससी का पीडीएफ पेपर शुड नॉट बी द वन टू डिसाइड तुम्हारा, तुम कौन है कि तुम्हारा who are you. The PDF or whatever the result sheet, it is just one of the papers, and there are many such things to come. A result will not decide the worth of you. So it's not like that. So coming to closure of our session today. Today I spoke about, I don't know when the result is coming. I'm still saying the result is around the corner, maybe on the next Monday night or Tuesday or on the Friday next week, there are high chances the UPSC prelims result comes. There are high chances you will be in this any of these three sessions, three buckets. Either you clear the prelims, what you are going to do. If you are repeating, that is, you are not able to clear the prelims and you have to attempt, you have to prepare again. How you have to take up, how to start from there. And if your attempts are over and this journey is over and you want to move on to a newer career, how do you become your new career journey? So I spoke about this today. If you have any questions, anything right now, you can put it in the chat and I will be happy to answer. And the session is usually over. And you will, if you want to know who I am, I'm Abhilash. I qualified for UPSC in 2008 with two options that time, geography and optional. And supposedly, those were the era when the answer sheets or the answer marks used to come in the UPSC, not in the online, but in the UPSC office. There, the marks, many times it was seen that I used to often score very high in essay and geography optionals. So many during that era, because I was also in Delhi, people used to feel that थोड़ी सी आप बता दो हमको पढ़ा दो. So I was not a genuine, I would say not, I'm not a faculty or I'm any expert, knowledge expert in anything. But on the UPSC part, I found myself having a little bit of experience. And when I completed all my attempts, only then I started giving little advices to people. And then, in fact, I was forced to give advices, and many people kind of thought you should do it in a professional way. I joined IS Gurukul in and Vision IS, the initial content team in 2014, 15, 16. And but then I had my other career to move on to, which I moved on, which was a government sector career. But I since then I started parallelly side hustling on यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन. मैंने बहुत बच्चों को इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन से लेके अदर प्रिपरेशन के लिए प्रिपेयर के लिए मैंने किया है. मैंने एक पोर्टल बनाया था reviseforis.com, एसेंशियली हेल्पिंग इन द रिवीजन पार्ट. मेरा ये मानना है कि पढ़ाई लिखाई तो सब करते हैं, रिवीजन की वजह से ही फेल हो जाते हैं. ज्यादा मत पढ़ो, लेकिन जितना पढ़ो उसको बढ़िया से रिवाइज करके जाओ, तो आपका जो एक्यूरेसी हाई रहेगा. तो मैंने रिवाइज फॉर आई पोर्टल इसलिए बनाया था. 11-15 साल तक बढ़िया तक उसने सर्व किया. उसमें मैं एक प्रोग्राम करता था, प्रीलिम्स का रिवीजन, डेली 35 डेज रिवीजन प्लान, विच अपने 14th ईयर पे अभी चल रहा है. एंड मैंने फुल टाइम एलिवेट आई स्टार्ट किया 2024 में, आफ्टर स्टिंट इन गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर. And that too also because of lot of students, aspirants and ex-service, ex-IAS or people in service focus की सर आप करना चाहिए. So I started, but I didn't want to open a coaching institute. मुझे सिंपल सी बात थी कि मैं सेल्फ स्टडी पे फोकस करता हूँ, और मुझे लगता है कि मेरे देश के हर कोने के हर बच्चे को इंटरनेट के सुविधा के थ्रू वो फायदा मिलना चाहिए. तो आई ओपन अप दिस एलिवेट आई एज द मोस्ट, आई कंसिडर इट एज द मोस्ट अफोर्डेबल, एंड जितना आपने को चाहिए उतना कंज्यूम करने का और आगे बढ़ने का लगता है. तो नॉट ऐसा कोई 2-2.5 लाख का पैकेज करके बांध के रखा वाली बात नहीं. आपको जितना समझ में आ रहा है आप यूज करो, फायदा समझो एंड देन मूव ऑन. सो मेंटर काउंसलिंग इज वेयर आई फेल्ट मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. पढ़ाई तो सब कर सकते हैं बच्चे, पर ट्रैक में रहना और उस जज्बात में रहना, मोटिवेशन जो है ना, 2 दिन में खत्म हो जाता है. जैसे आप बंद करोगे ये लेक्चर वेक्चर, सामने घर वाले कुछ बोलेंगे जाओ दूध दही लेके आओ, फटाक से सब खत्म हो जाता है एक ही सेकंड में. तो हम भी वी हैव सीन दिस. आप घर पे रहोगे, घर का काम इतना चलता रहता है कि भाई यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे हो, डजेंट मैटर. Everybody feels prioritize, nobody prioritizes you, but we have to prioritize our career. तो इसलिए बहुत सारे challenges. So self study is the medium I thought, and this is where this website or this platform is building. And yeah, I have the most or the flagship program which I kind of promote, that I want to show you, is the uh, is my I hope you can see my screen. I take the workshops, and workshops are basically uh, 90 rupees. So basically you have to register here. Why I charge 90 rupees is for serious aspirants. That's it. I wouldn't say free में workshop तो anyways link मिल ही जाता है free में whoever attend. But when you register here, uh, you will see that in join workshop, you will see that uh, you will get all this benefit in 90 rupees, more benefit. The 400 days plan starts with it. आप हिंदी मीडियम से करो या इंग्लिश मीडियम से करो, आपको बहुत सारे बोनस मिलेंगे. यू हैव टू टिक दिस 400 days जीएस फाउंडेशन प्रोग्राम. तो आपको फिर एवरी मॉर्निंग 5 AM से ईमेल आना शुरू हो जाएगा पढ़ाई के लिए. आपको एक हैंडबुक मिलेगा प्रीलिम्स रैपिड रिवीजन का, जिसमें माइक्रो टॉपिक्स होंगे. तो आपको जीएस मेन स्ट्रैटेजी का हैंडबुक मिलेगा, और एक यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन किट मिलेगा जो इस साल का है, जिसमें बुक लिस्ट है, सिलेबस है और नोटिफिकेशन 2026 है. This will all come to your instant download or also on your email. तो कोई लॉगिन फॉगिन नहीं बनाना है, सिर्फ व्हाट्सएप और यूट्यूब और इन सब चीज़ों से तो पढ़ाई करनी है. मैं नहीं चाहता कि आप फोकस करें. व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर यू पुट योर ब्रेन इन प्रिपेयरिंग सोशल मीडिया या कोड खोल के बैठे, वो सब नहीं. जितना पढ़ने के लिए निकाला है सिस्टम उतना पढ़ो, एंड फोकस ऑन योर प्रिपरेशन. टिक मार्क करते जाओ कि हाँ मैंने इतना पढ़ लिया. ट्रैक योर प्रोग्रेस. दैट्स व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देर आर अदर प्रोग्राम्स विच आए एज पर दी पर्टिकुलर थिंग जो होता है. जैसे कि फाउंडेशन प्रोग्राम है, प्रीलिम्स के अलग टेस्ट सीरीज है, लाइब्रेरी आएगा. देन मेंस, एलिवेट मेंस इज व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट. तो ये मेंस 2026 का प्रोग्राम है. तो ये 5 जून से स्टार्ट होगा, एंड दिस इज ऑल अबाउट आंसर राइटिंग. अगर आप में से कोई मेंस देना चाह रहा है, प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, so the program fees is this. You have to submit your uh, answers. यहाँ पे when you fill the form, वहाँ पे एक डेमो पेपर है, to submit your answer for evaluation of session 1. So the program fees is all this. That tomorrow we talk. Tomorrow the session is free है to attend. You can register and you can join tomorrow for understanding more about uh, not just we start with GS paper, not understanding. सीधा हम action item पे जाएंगे. So that's what this platform is all about. And with this, thank you. Thank you for today's session and meeting. Any questions, please let me know.